Everybody, guess what? We're back this morning. We're here to talk about School of Rock. We're going to wake you up, talk about some rock music here. I'm here with owners Kelly and Angie. How's it going this morning?
Good. Good
Great,
morning.
great.
School of Rock. You guys have been everywhere. I think I saw you lately at Pilgrimage in September. You guys have got, I mean, like I said, I feel like you're a little bit of everywhere. Tell everybody who may not know, what is School of Rock? What do you guys do?
So we're a performance-based music education program, and we're not like the typical music school where you just go and have lessons and possibly do a recital, once or twice a year. Through our performance-based programs, we actually put the kids in bands each season, which would last like probably 4 months, that's in addition to their lessons each week. They have a 2.5 hour rehearsal or shorter depending on their age group, but at the end of each season we put on live concerts. And so we've done Led Zeppelin, we've done Queen, we've done Van Halen, we've done a lot of like variety type shows where we'll do a genre of music, like we're doing pop punk pileup right now, and we've done reggae. And so each season the kids get the opportunity to experience a different band, a different genre, and actually a different group of kids. So because they kind of rotate around, depending on what show preference that they have.
Yeah, I like what you guys do. I mean, you do the lessons, obviously, but I like that you have performances and you actually kind of make them work together in like a band, so to speak, which you don't typically get when you go other places to get lessons.
Yeah, I think you can approach it almost like a lot of parents from a concept where it's one thing to practice, but it's another thing to play in that live game on the field, right? And
Yeah,
a band is very similar to a sports team. You're working together for a common goal. You've got to depend on each other. And when you're playing, just like in a band or a performance, when you're playing sports, you make mistakes, and the best way to learn is in the real live setting. And so that's what we try to teach the kids is you learn so much by playing live.
yes.
It's easy to be just jamming with your friends or in a private lesson. It's another thing to get up on stage. And so in addition to teaching music, it's all about teaching them to confidence building. And we've got so many examples of kids that have come in that, the first time you meet them, they're looking down and, they're nervous. And then the same kid 3 or 4 months later is just belting out this great song or playing on the guitar or killing on the drum set. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah. Tell me what kind of experience kids need in order to enroll in School of Rock. Do you take like total beginners who know nothing about an instrument, or do you like prefer those that are a little more seasoned and had some lessons?
We take any experience level, 0 to advanced. The great thing about the performance programs, and that also includes younger kids, we have a Rock 101 for ages 7 to 11. A lot of times these kids have never picked up an instrument, and even the same for our older kids, our performance level kids, but they love music. And so because they're on a team and they're practicing with others, they learn much faster. And we've even got an adult group, and there are adults that have had no experience that have come in and, started playing with the band. And, like Kelly said, it's like being on a team. There's accountability, there's responsibility, there's a sense of community. And so when you put all those things together, along with the way that we teach, there's a very specific way that we teach as well. These kids learn, it's almost like triple, the time that it would take normally for them to learn, one song. And so we've seen some really, really, really amazing things happen with some of these kids. And it's always so much fun to see it.
Yeah, even if they don't pursue this as a lifetime goal, I think it's always good for kids to learn how to work in a group and do some type of performance, whether like you said, sports, music, I think that's always a good experience for kids.
Yeah. And I
Right.
I love the way that because we're switching it up, you're constantly, the kids are getting to play. They're not in the same band all the time. So let's say they're doing the Led Zeppelin show this fall, and next spring we're doing Prince, and they might be with different kids. And so we've got homeschool kids, we've got private school, public school, but it's all about the music, right? When you're learning Led Zeppelin or Prince or Rush or whoever, it's all focused on that, and they make friends outside of their normal school system and stuff. So that's a great thing to see as well. Then they go out and might form bands on their own, and we're kind of helping them get started. So it's a great thing to see them kind of take that musical journey that they're on, that path.
Yeah, I want to back up a little bit. How did you guys start School of Rock in this area? We're going to talk in just a minute about a third location opening, but I want to know how it got started.
So 10 years ago, actually, on the 29th of October, we had our grand opening for the Franklin School. And we have a son and a daughter. Our son was very into learning guitar, and he had kind of caught the performance bug with the instructor that he had at the time, and some camps that he had done around town. And I grew up singing and being very involved in music. Didn't pursue that initially as a career, but after 20 plus years in a different career field, I was ready for something different and exciting. And Kelly actually, we were kind of tossing around some things, and Kelly actually saw, I believe, was it an ad or something online for, an opportunity with School of Rock, and he sent it to me, and I was so excited, and I was like, this is it, because we all love music, our entire family. And I do distinctly remember after we visited a few schools, I sat down and told them, if you don't let me do this, I will never forgive you. Come and bite me. And, it has come and haunted me a few times when I've been like, why do it? And he goes, I seem to remember. But it's been, I can't even imagine not having done it, because it's been such an amazing life change and life experience, and for our entire family, even like our parents, like got to see their grandkids and us like just having the best time. And I just can't even imagine. I've met so many amazing people, so many wonderful kids, like they just tug at my heartstrings. But it just kind of started out with Kelly stumbling upon a franchise ad, and we just kind of looked into it, and you just know, when and personally, and I feel like Kelly just can't even imagine what our lives would be like if we hadn't done it. So it's been amazing.
Well, 10 years is a long time. So congratulations on that you're still going. I have to ask you this, though. Are there any of the kids who went through School of Rock that we might know now that you might see out and about performing?
Oh, sure. We've definitely had several of our students that are pursuing music career in Nashville and beyond. And they're in that stage of, they're up and coming artists, and they're trying to make it. And some of them, are playing on Broadway, and some of them have formed their own bands, and they're trying to get record deals, and they're writing their music. And so they're all kind of taking their own path. Some are going the country route, some are going rock and roll, some are going metal, so it's nice to see that career and hear that they're doing things and going on tour and that. And who knows, hopefully one day one of them will really make it big, and we'll have been a small part of their journey for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you let me know when that happens. We can talk about that again, because I think those things are always fun to talk about, those kind of full circle moments. Let's talk about, you have a new location. This will be your third. You've got Franklin, Nashville, and tell us about your third location you're getting ready to open.
So we're getting ready to open in Mount Juliet, and that area is just exploding. Every time I go, I'm like, oh my gosh, something else has opened up. And it just made sense, right? To maybe have the trifecta of Mount Juliet, Nashville, and Franklin. I know a lot of people that have worked for us in the past live in Mount Juliet, and they've asked us for years, like, "What, have you ever thought about opening in Mount Juliet?" So we are. So School of Rock came to us and asked us, do you think this is a viable market? Would this be a good market to open in? And are you interested? And we were like, yes and yes. So, we took the plunge, and which is especially scary because we took it in the midst of the pandemic. And so not knowing, how things were going to pan out for the entertainment industry or schools in general,
Right.
it was a little scary, but we went to Mount Juliet several times, and I mean, it was booming regardless of what was going on. So we felt like it was a great fit. So we're super excited about it.
So that will open. Are you shooting for the beginning of 2022? I can't believe I'm saying 2022 already, but
yeah, we're right in the middle of the build out of the space. We anticipate opening right after the first of the year and having a big grand opening in mid to late January. But yeah, so everything is on schedule. So, and we're right in the Providence area, just right real close to the Providence Mall area there.
Okay, so you're right in the middle of everything over there.
Yes.
Wow. Well, it's been great to catch up with you guys and learn more about School of Rock. Tell everybody where they can find more information.
So we have websites. So if you're looking for Franklin, franklin.schoolofrock.com, Nashville, nashville.schoolofrock.com, and Mount Juliet, mountjuliet.schoolofrock.com. You can call or text us at our Franklin or Nashville locations. You can call the Mount Juliet location. It is on a voicemail, but we respond very quickly. We are right now pre-enrolling for Mount Juliet. So if you pre-enroll, you'll guarantee your lesson slot time. There are some prime lesson slot times, typically before rehearsals start. So, some kids are there 4 or 5 days a week, and
Wow.
And they love it, because they're doing so many different things. But if you pre-enroll, you can also, if you want to get started now, you can also enroll at either the Franklin or Nashville locations. And then when we open up in Mount Juliet, you can transfer over because it'll be starting a new season. We're super excited. We've already had some people pre-enroll and have a lot of people interested. So we're excited to get going.
Wow. Well, congratulations to you guys. Oh, I want to mention real quick. You guys had a show at the Ryman. That was a big deal for School of Rock to have a show at the Ryman. How was that?
Yeah, that was 7 years in the making. When Angie and I first started the school, I can guarantee you we never ever thought we would play at Bridgestone Arena or even the Exit Inn or of course the Ryman. And it just, over the first 5 or 6 years, I think we got developed a reputation that this was not just a bunch of kids playing. We treat this very seriously. We want these guys to be young musicians and have all the professionalism and be humble. And so we just started getting more and more high profile gigs. And Angie and I just were sitting around several years ago and said, let's go for the Ryman. All they can say is no. And in fact, when I reached out to them, they didn't say no. They said, we would love to have you guys. And they were just so accommodating. So we did our first show 3 years ago, and we set it up as a charity event. So we raised money for a local charity, and we've done that now three times, and we're already on the books for next year in July. And so that'll be our 4th annual. And it's really the highlight of course of the year, as you can probably imagine, not only for the students, but for the parents and us all of us have been in that arena to see, or that facility to see a show, but to stand on that stage and allow those and have the opportunity for the kids to showcase their talents to a big audience. We had over 1,000 people there last year. We get guest artists, local musicians to come in and play with the kids. And Rich Redmond, who's the drummer for Jason Aldean, has been our host, kind of MC for the last 3 years, and does a great job. We've had sponsors, and so it's been a great, wonderful partnership with the Ryman.
I'm sure there is, if those kids are really into music and maybe that's something they want to pursue, that's such a rich history place. So to stand on the Ryman, even as a student, that has to be pretty exciting for them.
It's super exciting, but the funny thing is some kids beforehand don't realize not the gravity, but how amazing just to even get to step on that stage and play a note is. I mean, you could take a tour and stand on the stage, right?
Right, right.
The really cool thing, the first time we did it, and we were all kind of laughing with each other saying, these kids have no clue. Like, they're just like, whatever, we've played the Exodus, you know. And the dressing rooms and the backstage area, it's got so much history in it. And they see all of the pictures, you know, like Minnie Pearl, Johnny Cash, all these icons, and, you know, even like the rockers, you know, that are playing there now. And they were just like, I'm speechless almost. And their parents were like, finally, you get it, you know. But it's amazing. It's amazing when you see those kids actually realize the history behind it all and how important that venue is to Nashville and to the world, actually. You know, it's the mother church.
Yes, yes. I've been backstage. It's so interesting. Those dress rooms are kind of small, and it's really interesting the way they're laid out. Even the whole stage area, how it's kind of divided, like on one side, and then you either have to go up the stairs and around or kind of go. It's tricky, but it's interesting. I just wondered how they felt about being there.
I love it.
All right. Well, thanks again, you guys. Please go check them out. School of Rock. Like I said, they're everywhere. They're always entertaining. Hopefully we'll see you guys at Dickens of a Christmas. Are you coming to that this year?
We're actually playing the week before on the lighting of the Christmas tree as part of the art crawl.
So okay. I saw that you were on the schedule somewhere. Okay.
We're playing at Franklin Road Apparel is where we're going to be. So
okay. Yep. You guys go check them out. Thanks so much. See ya.
Thank you.